Jim, there's been a lot of talk about the receivers getting involved and blocking for the run game. Can you just talk about for you guys the mentality you come with and be able to deliver in those moments even when you're not touching the ball?
I just always think, it's a part of the game, and, for us, it's nothing new. It's something we've been doing. You can probably go back to each and every one of our film from years ago and, see that it's been going on. And, I just, with us, we just try to keep that standard and, help our running back spring long runs. We just had a 150-yard running back last game, rushing game, for one of our running backs. I don't know what y'all had, but, we probably had close to 200 rushing yards. But, the receivers helped a lot with that. We blocked down the field secondary. Once our backs get to the secondary level, it get easy for them.
And Jameson, on Demo's touchdown, you cleared the way at the end. I don't think you had seen a pass since maybe the third quarter, hadn't caught one since the first quarter. Can you explain how you stay engaged in the game and kind of committed to your teammates even when the ball's not coming your way?
With me, I don't know how I do it. I just do it, I can't. To me, it's more like I just can't be out there, pouting and while the game going on, because the play could come my way and, I won't even be in the right mindset. So, I just keep a clear mind while I'm out there on the field, not worried about targets. I was more worried about the win. We was playing a good game, we played a good offense, good defense over there, a good team, so, I'd rather focus on winning the game than, getting a third catch or something like that,
Have you always been that way, or does that come with maturity a little bit?
I think it just come with the game. You can't get the ball every play, and how many stars we got, the ball got to get spread around. Everybody going to have their day, so.
Against Chicago, you guys threw the ball around the field all over the place. Mm-hmm. You mentioned how well you guys ran the ball. I mean, you had more rushing yards than passing yards in that game against the Ravens. I mean, what do you think that's told the NFL in a short amount of time about you guys after that Week 1 game?
I think that it tells them, our offense is explosive in every way. Like you said, we ran the ball one game, we passed the ball one game. But it just opens it up for the next. Once we run the ball, it opens up the pass or the play action. Once we pass, it opens up the run game. They put two safeties on the field. So the safety's probably 30 yards deep or something. So, it's easy running gaps once they get past the first line, first level. So, our offense is just complimentary, and I think, we just got to keep it up and keep playing how we play, and, we'll have a great season.
With the Browns defense shutting down Green Bay like they did last week, what are you guys seeing on tape, and how are you going to try to attack it?
I'd rather not say, but we have our ways of attacking just defense. We watched them a lot this week, and I feel like we're very well prepared already. And we got a couple more days to get everything down pack, and Sunday we're gonna be ready.
Even as a wide receiver, how much does Garrett pop to you on film? How much do your eyes?
He pops a lot because he gets a lot of pressures. He's one of them on the field. So, as a receiver, you got to get open fast, about how fast he can get into the backfield. He's actually helping some of our DBs with how fast he gets in the backfield. It could look like great coverage or things like that. So, as a receiver, we just got to get open faster, get on the spot faster and, be there for our quarterback, if there's pressure.
You respect every opponent you play, but whenever you see a team beat a team that you lost to earlier in the season, does that catch your attention a little bit?
Nah. I actually watched that game a little bit, probably the first quarter a little bit maybe. But I just look, like you said, we look at everybody the same, treat everybody the same. It's not no weak link. It's the NFL. You can win or lose any week. It just comes down to, who plays harder and who's doing their stuff better that day.
Jameson, we've seen the schemes that Johnny Mo has brought on the field. What's it been like getting to know him and play for him off the field?
It's been great. He's an exciting coach. His energy is out the roof, and I love that he comes in every day with a purpose, and he's just overly excited, and he's ready to play football and be involved in football, and that's the kind of coach you want to have. He loves the game so much. Some coaches, shy away from that, but he expresses his love to the game and his love for the team, and his love for installs and doing just being involved with the game.
Did you know he ran a 4.4 at his combine?
I think he told me that. I think he did tell me that. I think he did tell me that. I think maybe last time when he was here or when he came back. But I think he told me that for sure.
We're back to a point in the football season where everyone around the NFL sees Jared put together a good performance in prime time and they go, oh my God, this guy is good.
Yeah.
What makes him so good in a league where there are Josh Allens and Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jacksons running with their feet and throwing and doing different things?
Everybody, like you just said, you just named me 3 guys who can use their feet, and I feel like he's just as good as them, or if not better, without using his feet. He has a lot of precision. He's a great quarterback. If you just sit back and watch, I can't watch him all the time because I'll be in the game. But watching film, you just see like why he does things and how he does things. It's all the way back from all the time he's been playing in the league, even with the Rams. He's been a great quarterback. He's made great throws, precision throws. He puts it on the spot and everything for the receivers. He helped receivers in the game, and it's awesome playing with him. I love playing with him.
Can you just explain his processing and his pre-snap stuff that he does to help you guys get in the right play every single time?
One more time?
Can you maybe explain just how good he is at the processing, pre-snap, and getting you guys in the right play?
He's great at that. I think that's like a every down thing. You got to go out and read the defense and see what defense they're in. We might go to the line with 2 plays and flip to the next play because he sees something with the defense or sees some alignments messed up with the defense. They might signal something, and he might change the play. But he's awesome with that. He always on the every play. Like I said, it's an every down thing, and we work things like that in practice just in case they come up in the game. So he's great with that.
This is kind of the point in the season where everyone around football goes, oh my gosh, he is a good quarterback, and they start putting him with the other ones. In your words to all of us, what continues to make him one of the elite in the league?
He does it each and every year. He's accurate. He gets us in the right plays. I feel like he does a lot of stuff that you don't see on TV, that you only internally you would know what he's doing. But he's smart. He's accurate. He's tough. I think he's tougher than a lot of us give him credit for. Yeah, he's not running for first down and stuff, but he still takes hits. Since I've been here, I feel like I don't think I've ever seen him complain about an injury. Even though I know he's had little things here and there, but he never talks about it. He hasn't missed. I think he's only missed 1 practice since I've been here. So he's tough. He's everything you want in a quarterback.
How has working with him kind of taught you more about the game of football?
I feel like obviously. I feel like as a quarterback, he's so in tune to so many other things that I am as a receiver. So for me, it's like I can ask him anything, honestly, from his point of view, whether it's coverages, what he likes, what he's seeing, why he's killing certain plays to get into to other plays. I'm not too worried about the protection, although sometimes I do have to know if he's hot or not. So got to, turn my eyes back quicker, little stuff like that. But for the most part, he has almost all the answers. So if I ever have any questions, I always can ask him.
Cleveland's defense gets a lot of props for the defensive front, but they got a pretty good secondary. What do you see from them?
They're a good team. I think they all around. I think their defense is one of the best defenses in the league. Obviously by the numbers, but the way they play. They play hard. They play fast. Their front 7, they get after the quarterback. They run and hit. I think their DBs are pretty good too. Pretty sticky in coverage. So it's going to be a good game. I think good offense versus good defense is always. It's like last week. You never know what's going to happen. So we got to be ready. They're going to challenge us, but I think it's going to be exciting.
4th down has been a staple for this team. In Baltimore, you had a hand on every single 4th down conversion. I'm just curious, what are those conversations like when you get in the huddle and that call's coming? Or is there any conversation about, should we do this, should we not?
Yeah, there's not really any conversation. It's the play comes in, and it's a play that we all feel like it's going to work. A play that either we've ran a lot in the past, we repped a lot in practice, or a play that we know we're going to get the right look and it's going to work. So, there's almost never a play on 4th down where we feel like we can't get it. So I think that having that confidence going out before you even go out there and run the play is huge for us as an offense, because you already feel like you're going to make the play, you're going to get the first down. So I think that in itself already helps us. And then just going out there and actually executing and knowing that we've done it so many times in the past, we just feel like, when we do go for it on 4th down, it means a lot in the game. Every time we do it, it's a big game changer. We're either getting 7 points compared to 3, which is a 4-point difference, which is huge. So there's so much that goes into it, but I feel like we've been doing it for so long here that all of us have the confidence. Coaches have the confidence in us. We have the confidence in the coaches to get us in the right play. It's just all around just confidence, I feel like.
How many times do you guys rep those plays throughout a week? Because you can only use them at certain points in a game.
Right. It really depends. There's some plays like the shovel or the option that I had to Jameer. That's a play that we've been repping for I think his rookie year. So it's been in the play, in the playbook for a while. It's not up every week, but it's been up for the past few weeks. It's been up a lot of times last year. So we rep that every week. But like I said, we hadn't called it until last week. So I mean, there's certain plays that you rep a lot and you keep repping them, and then when the time is right, we bring them out, and we feel like for the most part, a lot of those plays have worked for us.
That's a lot of work for one moment in time.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Has there ever been a play that you really, really wanted to run and then it kind of disappeared like completely?
I mean, there's a few trick plays. I feel like last year there was a trick play we had up versus the Vikings that we never got to call, that we were excited for. I would say really only those. Obviously, there's plays where you're getting the ball or where you're the primary, and it's like you got to win. Like we've been working this all week. But I wouldn't say anything like that. But I would just say the trick plays that you kind of, when they come off the sheet, you're like, oh yeah, here we go.
You ever been surprised when Dan's gone for it on fourth down, like ever at any point in your career?
I would say since I've been here, if I'm being completely honest, there's probably maybe one or two. I think one that stands out to me is Dallas 2 years ago. So we get the 2 point, we go for it on two, or the 2 point version, we go for it. We get it, call the flag. So we have to go for it again. There's another flag. I'm like, all right, let's just kick it. And we go for it again. And then so those are one of the times where I was like, damn. But it's not like, I'm trusting whatever he's going with. I'm rocking with it. But that was one of the times where I was like, but all the rest of them, I feel like, and then probably against the Chargers 2 years ago also when we went for it on fourth down towards the end of the game. But that was because I wasn't sure, I feel like that was still early in the stages of him, going for it on fourth down to win games. And then we just started doing it more and more, and it's been working for us ever since. So I would say those two are the ones that really stick out to me. But other than that, now I don't even blink. It's like I feel like us as an offense, we know if it comes down to it and it's fourth and anything below 3, we're probably going for it.
Other teams were trying to. When you guys sealed the game, did you figure that Humphrey was going to bite on the play fake to Montgomery and that you would be able to leak out down the sideline? Is that how you envisioned that kind of unfolding?
It was we kind of messed it up a little. So Leaf was supposed to be in, but he was hurt, or I don't know what he had. He was out for that play. So Tess comes running in. He goes, "What I have?" I said, "Hey man, I don't really know. Ask Jared." I think I know what you have, but I don't want to mess it up. So he asks Jared. Jared tells him what he has. And I was supposed to get the safety. So I was supposed to, insert and block. I believe it was Kyle Hamilton. Because, on all those plays, I'm inserting to get the safety. And it just worked out to where I just couldn't really get to him. And then Humphrey was the only guy standing there. So I faked to block him and then went. So it kind of worked out for us. But the way it worked out was kind of funny.
Khalif was saying one of his favorite plays of the game was you were running across the middle and Roquan tried to hit you. He missed. The pass goes to the other side and you turn around and just smack Roquan. Remember that play?
Yeah.
What tell me the mentality that is in your head.
Nah, I just feel like last time we played the Ravens, we had a lot of shallows. And he was looking me up on all the shallows and hitting me. And I wasn't really used to, linebackers hitting me on the shallows. And it kind of pissed me off that last two years ago. And then this year, I was ready for it this time. So ran a shallow. He was looking at me. I kind of was able to avoid him this time. And Marlon Humphrey was guarding me. So I had Roquan in front of me, a guy behind me. I try to get around him. Ball's out. I see the ball's out. And then I'm want to block. So let me just turn around and hit Roquan. So I turn around and hit Roquan, and we just start talking crap. But I was just I was excited in the moment because they got us pretty good 2 years ago. And he was hitting me pretty good.
It takes to block like you guys block as a unit. Where does that come from collectively?
I think it starts with with us as the starters. Me, Leaf, and J-Mo. Especially for young guys that come in here, Isaac, Meeks, Dom. They're able to see us the way we block in camp. I think it starts there when the pads first come on, and then us, letting them know, or them seeing us take the run game serious. Whether it's knowing who we have to block. There's so many different runs that we have, and we have so many different run responsibilities as receivers. So I feel like they see us, take the run game seriously, and you're a younger guy. I feel like you have no choice really but to, follow. If you're not going to block and you have J-Mo blocking, me blocking, Leaf blocking, you probably won't play if you're not going to block. So they take it serious and they do it. I feel like, they've done a great job, the young guys. But I think, when you have running backs like we do, that can pop at any moment. I mean, why would you not want to block for guys like that? When they can turn 10-yard runs into 30, 40, 50-yard runs. So for us, it's like, it just makes us a better team.
What does that mean
Last
for
one.
you guys to have sort of that reputation as blockers, as a physical group?
I love it. I love it. I feel like receivers, a lot of times, you know, they're not known for blocking. They're known for running routes, and then when the run game when there's a run called, they're usually just, you know, getting in the way and doing stuff like that. So I love that, you know, we go out there and put that on tape each and every week. I feel like I could have been better last game. There was a few blocks that I was a little shaky on, but I like watching Leaf, you know, go in there and block guys at, I don't know, 175, 180 is like, it excites me, it gets me going. So I love it.